Welcome back, guys. And now for those of us who still haven't received a stimulus payout since April 15th, which is when the IRS said that we would have gotten our stimulus payments. And unlike the other 80 plus million Americans who they say they have sent the payments to, you most likely went to use this tool. Now, this tool that the IRS released a few days ago, which was supposed to help people be able to track the progress of their stimulus payments, is not working. Now, this is a tool that the IRS released a few days ago, which was supposed to help people be able to track the progress of their stimulus payments, right? But this tool has one big flaw, and that flaw is that it returns an error to almost everyone who uses it. And that is the dreaded payment status not available. So what does this even mean? Well, in this video, that's what we are going to be talking about. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Ian, and on this channel, I talk about personal finance, making money, investments, and of course, the stimulus. So with all that said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel so you can see future videos that I post here. And guys, stick around for the entire video and watch it to the end, as I will be trying to answer as many of your questions as I can in this video. So this message does not help you, right? And in fact, if you try doing this a couple times thinking it was a glitch, you could end up getting locked out of the portal for 24 hours. Now, that's definitely not very helpful at all. So right now, I'm going to be covering a couple reasons why you may be seeing this message and what you can do about it, because if you haven't gotten your stimulus payment, you must be wondering if you need to do something or not. So to be sure, stay tuned for this entire video if you haven't received your stimulus payment as yet. So one of the very first reasons why you may be getting this message is because you are not eligible for a stimulus payment. Now remember, you have to fall into a category of people to be able to get this $1,200 stimulus payment. So if you make over $75,000 as a single person or double that amount as a married couple, then you would not qualify for the entirety of the stimulus payment. Now, if you make over that amount, it doesn't mean that you won't get a stimulus payment, but it will be reduced. And if you want to see a breakdown of how they calculate just how much money you will get based on your exact income, you can check out my first video about the stimulus package, where I explained how they go about calculating how much money you will receive if you make over that income threshold. Now, I'll leave a link down below to that video so you guys can check it out after watching this video. Now, a lot of these people are the ones seeing this message, and most likely this is so because the IRS is not processing your payments first. So you may not have any payment updates until they start processing those payments. Secondly, if you have filed a tax return recently, let's say in the past week or so, then it's very likely that the IRS hasn't fully processed it as yet. And for that reason, you won't get a status update from the Get My Payment page until they fully process your tax return. Now, in this case, pretty much you just have to wait on them, and they are moving a little slower than usual right now, as they have a lot more to do and just not enough help to get it done in terms of processing over 350 million payments. Now, also remember, a lot of people didn't file a tax return until they found out that it was a requirement for the stimulus payment. And so we had a lot of people filing tax returns about 2 weeks ago. And so the IRS has a backlog now to work on. So that's another reason why you may be getting that message from the Get My Payment portal. Now, another reason why you may be seeing this message is because you didn't file a tax return this year for 2019 or last year for 2018. Now, they are issuing payments to every American. However, they are using the latest tax return information to find you. So if you didn't file a return for 2019, then they would look for your 2018 return. And then if you didn't file then for either year, then they won't be processing any payments for you. So you won't be in the system, and so you won't have any status updates to get on your stimulus payment. Now, if this is you and you haven't filed a tax return in the last 2 years, you can go onto TurboTax or on the IRS's website and update them with your information to be able to get the stimulus payment. So if you haven't already done that, then this is another reason why you may be getting this frustrating message. Now, they are processing payments every week, usually on a Wednesday. So I'm thinking that if you submitted the information, let's say this week, then you should look out for the payment, not in the same week, but in the following week or weeks to come. Now, a lot of my viewers had questions about seeing this message and also expecting their payment as they were on either Social Security, SSI, or VA benefits. And if you're on any of these, you will get this payment status not available message because one, you don't have to do anything, right? As the IRS will process your payment automatically. And two, they haven't started doing that as yet, and so you just have to wait a little longer. Now, this is mainly because the IRS has to reach out to these other agencies and get your information, and for that reason, your payment is delayed or the processing of those payments is delayed. So if you are on any of these, don't panic. Your payment will be coming in another week or two. Now, another reason why you may be seeing this message is because you filed your taxes, but you didn't put a bank account on it to receive your refund. And so they just don't have a direct deposit or direct deposit information to send your payment to you. Now, yes, you will still receive a paper check if that's the case, and you should be able to see the status, but they haven't done the paper checks as yet, and they won't be doing them or start sending them out until this week. So with that said, you wouldn't be able to track the status of your payment until those checks start being sent out. So that again is another reason why you may be seeing that message when you try to check your payment status. One more reason why you may be getting this payment status not available message is if they cannot verify your identity. Now, this can be for several reasons, but most likely it could be this way if there is one digit off on your birthday where they have your information recorded somewhere, or maybe it's a missing or incorrect spelling of your name or just something of that nature. And this happens more frequently than we think. Now, again, if this is the case for you, it's not a case where you won't get the stimulus payment, but instead it will be sent in the mail to your last known address. And 15 days after, also, you'll receive a letter confirming that it was sent and how it was sent. Now, another reason, and this one is going to be an issue for a lot of people, is that they use a third-party software to file their taxes. And I mean using like H&R Block and TurboTax, and you also use them and allow them to deduct their fees from your tax refund. And what this does is it then allows them to collect your refund in their bank accounts firstly, and then they subtract their fees, and then they send the rest to you. So the IRS would send your stimulus to these bank accounts which aren't yours, and then TurboTax or whoever would then reject the payment and send it back, or they may just not accept it, and so it gives you the error that you're receiving. Now, after one attempt, I have come to understand that the IRS then just decides to send you a paper check instead, and so you won't be able to see a status update on that until they process the checks later on this week. So moving on from that, another reason now is that you use the tool the IRS provided to update them with your banking information, right? Because you want the money in your bank account and you don't want to have to wait for the checks to be processed and then mailed, which may take another week or two. Now, these are also not being processed the same day or even days after. So again, you won't see any payment status updates with the Check My Payment tool. And if you guys use this tool and you got your stimulus payment or you were able to get an update from the Get My Payment portal, just comment down below for the rest of us and tell us how long it took for them to process your information after you submitted it, and then the time it took for you to get your payment or what estimate you got from the portal. So that's another reason why you may not be able to get an update from the Get My Payment portal. So I know we are thinking that when we use this portal to update our banking information, it will be instant or near instant. But that just isn't the case. And if you update your banking information today, then don't expect any payments until at least the following payment period, which would likely be the next week. Now, if you do this and you don't see a status update, just keep checking it, but only once per day. And eventually, after a few days, you should see a status there for your stimulus payment. Now, finally, you may be getting this message simply because although you filed your taxes and you're into the income bracket and everything else, someone may be claiming you as a dependent. Now, if that's the case, then it makes you ineligible to receive the stimulus payment, and for that reason, you won't have a status update and you also won't receive a stimulus payment. Now, if you are under the age of 24 and still a student, this may very well be the case even if you work and file your own taxes, as parents can still claim you as a dependent up to that age. So these guys are answers to why you may be getting that dreaded payment status not available message on the IRS's website. Now, if you guys like the information in this video and you found it helpful, remember to give this video a thumbs up so it can be recommended to help out more people here on YouTube. And also share this video anywhere that you think it may help others. Now, don't forget to write me a comment down below and let me know if this clears up some of the questions you had and if you have any additional information as it regards to your experience with the progress of your stimulus payment. So see if you can post it down below to help other viewers who want to know how long it may take to see a status update or who just want to know what somebody else's experience was with this portal. Now, if you are still watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, right now is the time to do so. And when you subscribe, remember to turn on notifications, as that's the only way you will be notified when I post updates here about the stimulus and other videos on topics relating to money, personal finance, and investing. Now, while mentioning investing, if you guys are looking for a free and easy to use investment app or platform, then check out the link below to WEBULL. And WEBULL is also offering 2 free stocks when you use the link below to sign up and invest with $100. Now, these 2 free stocks can be valued at up to $1,000. So guys, be sure to check that out. Once again, thanks for tuning in to the channel once more, and until next time, take care.